And they knew that power corrupts. And they knew that there was going to come a time in the United States where the powers that be were going to be corrupt, selfish, greedy, and that they were going to enslave the people. Anybody out there who thinks they are free, man, you're not. It's just the blunt truth, you're not. It's what we're willing to do, what we're willing to sacrifice. The cost of freedom is never free. Nothing was ever guaranteed to you when you were born. The only thing that's a guarantee was coming into this world, and at some point you will check out. That's it. Everything else in between are choices. Choices that we make. What we're willing to tolerate. What we're willing to suffer. Or what we're willing to fight for. What we're willing to sacrifice for. We, as a people, have a duty and an obligation to our Constitution, to future generations, to fight for their rights, to fight so that they can live and know freedom. I truly believe World War III is on the brink. It's just, look, it's unavoidable. That's just common fact. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korean War. War is a fact of life. It happens when you have tyranny, communism, dictators, and you have those that are willing to stand up against them. It happens when you have world leaders that want what other world leaders have. Russia, China. Those are really our major power players right now. And guess what? Yeah, they're absolutely gearing up for war. It's going to happen. There's a bazillion different scenarios that could happen in the United States on our own soil that's going to cause anarchy and chaos. So be it. If that's what's going to come, then let it come now, while we are still able to fight, rather than leaving this to our children. You know, in a way, I admire those of you that truly believe Trump is going to fix this nation. Because that means you still have a hope in the system. And man, I pray every day you're right, and that I'm the one that's wrong. I don't think I am. Whether that's just arrogance or being able to see through the bullshit. Don't know which one it is. I just know I don't think Trump's going to fix his nation. I do think, right now anyway, I do think he has good intentions. But hey, just so you know, all politicians promise good intentions. Can't really name very many that actually follow through. This is just a pivotal time in our nation. It's a time you were born in it. You can't do shit about it. And I know a lot of people that are simply unwilling to even sound off. They're just gonna stay in their homes, live their little lives in their own little bubbles. And if it ever comes to their front door, they'll deal with it then. Well, that's part of the problem. People unwilling to step forward. People unwilling to protest. Look at all these other nations. I mean, are any of you guys envious when you see other nations that have like 2 million people show up at a protest to overthrow a corrupt government? Man, that type of patriotism and loyalty, unification. Yeah, you bet your ass I'm envious of that. Because our nation can't seem to pull it off. It's too bad. We'd be a hell of a lot better off if we did. Now there's all these people that are like happy Obama's about to be kicked the fuck out. Couple problems with that, Cupcake. Number one, he's vying for a seat at the UN. It's going to give that dumb son of a bitch even more power. He thought he was bad as president. Whew. 2, now we're facing Hillary. And the fucked up thing is, this dumb bitch has an actual shot at being the next president of the United States. There is so much blood on her hands. She is so corrupt. And yet she has a shot at being president. Are you kidding me? This is what the American people want? I don't believe so. So are the American people outnumbered on our own soil? Have they truly brought in this many, I can't even think of the right word, sheep? I guess you'd call them illegal sheep. Where she stands a shot? It doesn't add up. That right there should tell you how corrupt our government truly is. But instead, people go about their daily lives, in their own little bubbles, heads buried, not wanting to pay attention, not wanting to see the truth. And because of that, we all suffer. And we suffer what we tolerate.
Born to those who pledged their lives in sacred honor, was smiled upon by God and freed from chains and iron collar. He is held aloft on unity and by history revered for preserving peace through strength. His wings now reach across 200 years. But for each of those in 1 year more, God has smiled upon the core. From the Barbary coast to the eastern sand, by sword, by gun, or by bare hand. So it's been and shall be weighed. Though many are born, few are made. Faithful always they shall remain. dogs to loose when war is waged. With a need to bleed you when the light goes green. Best believe I'm in the zone to be. From my yin to my yang you see. Put a grin on my chin. Come to me cause I'll win. I'm one of a kind and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be. Another river of blood running under my feet. Forged in a fire lit long ago. Stand next to me, you'll never stand alone. I'm last to leave, but the first to go. Hardcore is the only way I know. I'm feeding on the fear of the devil inside of the enemy faces in my sight. Aim with a hand, shoot with a mind, kill with a heart like Arctic ice. I am a devil dog, I'm marching on. I am a devil dog, I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. I am a warrior and this is my song. I'm basking in the glow of the rising war, laying waste to the ground of an enemy's shore. Wade through the blood spilled on the floor, and if another one stands, I'll kill some more. Bullet in the breach and a fire in me, like a cigarette throws the gasoline. If death don't bring you fear, then death ain't brought by no marine. Come to the nightmare, come to me. Deep down in the dark where the devil leads. In the wall with the jaws and the razor teeth, where the brimstone burns and the angel wings. Call to the gods if I cross your path, and my silhouette hangs like a body bag. Hope is a moment now long past. The shadow of death is the one I cast. I am a devil dog, I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. Hell has no demon I won't overcome. I cannot hear you. I am a warrior and this is my song.
For more than 200 years, our Corps has done two things for this great nation. We make Marines and we win battles.
Hoorah!
Never forget that. You're first Marines, and not all the communists in hell can overrun you.
Now I'm in fleeing and I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killing machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and the last breath leaves. Head in the air with a head held high, I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country I'll end your life. I am a devil dog, I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. Hell has no demon I won't overcome.
Never forget that.
I am a warrior and this is my song. I'll make the devil himself turn and run. I am a warrior and this is my song. Into the fire I will keep marching on. Hoorah! Marine Corps, it's up!
Take me to the brig so I can see the real Marines.
You know, really quick, I just want to sound off that we all have to make choices. The problem is most everybody's making excuses. Isn't it amazing?